Yo, welcome to my place. Glad you're here and spending some time with me. Well, today was the day, and it was a great day. It was a beautiful day, despite the cold weather. We stood up against the tyrant today. We made our voices heard, and I stood shoulder to shoulder with some pretty great people. Not just pretty great, pretty awesome people. I made new friends. But most of all, I stood shoulder to shoulder with people who believe in the Second Amendment, believe in the Constitution, and we made a stand. Now, first and foremost, I want to tell each and every single one of you who prayed for us, who kept us in thought, and who continuously prayed for us. Let me tell you, you all stood with us. I don't care where you were. Okay? I don't care where you were. You stood with us. You couldn't make the trip physically, but you know what? You were there. I'm telling you, you were there. And it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing to watch. I took pictures because, quite frankly, my video capabilities were not that good. But you know something? I got a couple things to show you. All right? First of all, I'm going to try to expand it. Okay, well, there we go. I don't know if you can see it or not. I don't know. Anyway, well, this might not have been such a good idea. But in there is Alex and Joe and Virginia Prepper and Mike, and there's a bunch of other folks in there. Okay? Terrific, terrific people. And I'm going to share with you another couple. Yeah, hopefully that's a better picture. All right? I was honored and proud to be standing there with them. But most of all, I got to show you a couple of other things. Don't tell me law enforcement didn't have our backs. These were a sheriff and his deputy out there, okay, amongst other law enforcement officers. I had the privilege of speaking to some of these police officers. They didn't want to be out there, but you know what? They supported us. They said so. That's not hearsay. I know so because they said so. They said so to me, to my face. Now, let me show you one other guy. Okay? You want to talk about a proud vet? You want to talk about a proud vet. Give me a second. I'm going to find this guy. Personally, it was unbelievable. The man looked like he stepped off a recruiting poster. This was an old Vietnam era gunnery sergeant, okay? The man was out there. He looks like he got poured into his uniform, like the day he enlisted. This is the guy in question, okay? He was out there on a bullhorn, talking about God, talking about the Constitution, talking about freedom. And my man was out there for the better part of close to 4. I mean, my man was out there for close to 4 hours, just rocking and rolling. Now, here's the thing. That picture shows when the street was empty. Well, not empty, but it wasn't blocked off. See, Ralphie Boy and his bunch are going to spin this 14 different ways to Sunday. Let me give you my take. Because you're going to have Joe, you're going to have Alex, you're going to have all these guys. Virginia Prepper, okay? You're going to have all these guys doing their thing. Okay? They're going to be doing their thing. Hang on a second, I'm sorry. So they're going to be doing their thing. They're going to put up uploads. I'm just giving it from me. Ralphie Boy is going to spin this all different kinds of ways. Oh, there was just a couple thousand people or whatever. Let me tell you something. The park alone, the Capitol grounds alone, had to have held easy 12,000 people. Easy. Okay? There are going to be people going to be saying, you know, all kinds of numbers. But look, you're smart people. They started at 9th Street, okay, with the barricades. They had to move it to 8th Street. And then they moved it to 7th Street. They had to move the barriers twice to accommodate the crowds. Okay? What does that tell you? Alex was talking about before that there was a sea of humanity. He wasn't kidding. All right? The energy was unbelievable. I haven't seen patriotism like this, honestly, since probably September 11th. I'm not saying one way or the other. I'm talking about something like this. And throughout the 60s, you had protest marches. You had people coming in from all over the place. The Million Man marches all through the 90s. Okay. But those were for different causes. But yes, they would descend on DC primarily, or Memphis, or given those things. But I'm talking about patriots, red, white, and blue. They were out there. And Ralphie Boy, I know nobody's going to show you this. And King Bloomberg, I know nobody's going to show you this because they don't want to have the courage to upset their masters. But I got news for you. Okay? That little spin that you got your mainstream media people saying, or it's all armed white guys. I'm not a white guy. Contrary to your spin, kiddo, I ain't a white guy. Now, I was damn proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with him, but I am not. And by the way, I was out there with a Muslim, and I was out there with an American Indian, and I was out there with, by the way, women. Okay? So it wasn't just what you think of as old gun crazy white guys. I got news for you, pal. Okay? They were patriots. So don't even try to put a spin on this. That's why I'm doing this upload right now. Because we know what we had to stand up for. We weren't going to let guys like you, okay, Ralphie Boy, and you, King Bloomberg, we weren't going to let you spit in the faces of all those who came before us. All those who gave their lives for this country. All those who served. All those who kept it real. All of those people who go out every day and hustle and break their backs and raise their families, pay their taxes, whether you agree with that or not. They do the American things to do. Okay? They innovate, they invent, they do all of these things. But you know what? That's neither here nor there. We stood up to you. Now, you in your arrogance, Ralphie Boy, okay, are going to try to spin it, make it go away, whatever. You're going to ram through your legislation. You're going to try to do it. But we sent a message to you, Ralphie Boy. Okay? Because, see, we're up to here with your nonsense. I got news for you. This U.S. Constitution, it's in here. This don't mean jack without this. Okay? That's my take. We stood up to you. And we're going to keep standing up to you. Now, this video is raw. It's just my feelings. But we're the real deal, and we're watching you. All these patriots from all over the country, literally all over the country. I was standing shoulder to shoulder with people from Nevada, North Carolina, okay? I was standing shoulder to shoulder with people from Alaska and Ohio and all over. I met people all day while I was standing with my brothers and sisters, okay, telling you, Ralphie boy, watch yourself. It's not a threat. Don't take that as a threat. It's just a piece of advice. Okay? You're messing with things that are going to come back and bite you. And oh, by the way, nice move on some of these laws that you've broken, amendments that you've broken. Okay? I met a great guy. I'm going to give you an anecdotal thing. I met a lot of great people. I've made friends with a lot of great people. But one particular guy named Omar, okay, he pointed out something that struck me as absolutely real. He said that now he has a lot of experience in that sandbox, that big sandbox. If I remember right, he's even got roots there. And you, Ralphie boy, and you, King Bloomberg, are behaving like the royal families in those big sandboxes. Just like them, arrogant, okay, to a fault. And he said, you're behaving just like them. What does that tell you? Well, Ralphie boy, and well, King Bloomberg, I'm going to give you a definition. You're a fool. You both are fools. And I'm talking about the biblical definition of fool. When you're not right in the head, when there's something seriously wrong with you. Your arrogance is going to be your undoing. Pride go before the fall. And I'm not talking about pride like we had, righteous pride, if you can call it that. We were standing up for something we believed in. I'm talking about your kind of pride, Ralphie boy. And I'm talking about your kind of pride, King Bloomberg. The arrogant kind. The kind that gets you bit in your butt. We're watching you. Stop playing games with this. Stop playing games. Because there are those of us, the crazy white guys, go figure, all right, who are going to stand up to you. I didn't see gun nuts out there. I saw patriots standing up for what they believed in and standing up against you and your special brand of tyranny. But again, to you all who are watching this, who sustained us with your prayers, I cannot thank you enough. And on behalf of our group, thank you for all that you've done. I cannot thank you enough. We can't thank you enough. We did planning. We planned for the worst. We planned for the worst. But God is in control. God took care of us. Not you, Ralphie boy. You didn't do jack. And I know you're going to probably come out and say, well, the reason that nobody was hurt is because I took the measures that I had to take. Wrong, sucker. Wrong, sucker. Nobody got hurt because, see, the thousands that volunteered to be in your little corral, okay? Guess what? The tens of thousands, however many it was, okay? However many it was, the tens of thousands, maybe up to 100,000, who knows? There's going to be all kinds of debate back and forth. But bottom line is, Ralphie boy, they felt safe. You know why? Because there were a pile of people outside the fence exercising their Second Amendment rights. You, Ralphie boy, had nothing to do with it. So you can take that conjured up emergency crap and stick it in your ear. Because it all went down peaceful. Oh, side note, I talked to a couple of Richmond police officers. And by the way, and I also was told this, so it kind of correlates. The reason that the Antifa punks weren't there is because A, I don't think they really wanted to go head to head with a bunch of folks toting around these, amongst other things. And number two, when you are armed, the bad guys have a tendency not to show up. So it wasn't you, Ralphie boy. Okay? Let's get that straight. Anyway, just wanted to tell you that the most action I seen, okay, this was actually kind of funny. The most action I saw personally, besides meeting some great folks, was as we were changing positions and trying to decide what we were going to do and maybe go and get something to eat, and the event was winding down. I was walking down the street ahead of American Joe and Omar, and Omar made the comment, "Okay, I think it's time to go home." And some knucklehead in a car was driving by, and he hollered out the window, "Yeah, go home with your guns." And Omar, being the awesome guy that he is, turned around and gave him a double bird, a long double bird. That was the most action I saw. And you know what? I'm grateful for that. So just wanted to tell you, just thank you again, you beautiful people. Those prayers sustained us, made us strong. Prayer together and standing together for a cause was a beautiful thing to watch and to be a part of. So thank you. In the meantime, I want you all, may God always bless all of you. May you all have a terrific week and keep the faith.